and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. Today's episode of the show is brought to you by the Diaz Brothers. Do you have an event that needs a poster or program? The Diaz Brothers might be able to help out. Contact them for graphic design services at the number shown on your screen. Today's guest for the show is Kurt Meyer, who's the event manager for the Epic Rides Carson City Off-Road. Welcome, Kurt.
Thank you.
Epic Rides, second year in Carson City, promises to be a really exciting event taking place downtown. Summarize for us real quick what is going on.
Well, Epic Rides, first ride was last year. We went up into the backcountry, into the state park system, used Tahoe Rim Trail and so forth. That this year is unavailable to us. So this year it's going to be a lot more exciting for people downtown because they're going to be doing laps around the eastern slope of the Sierras. The 50 miles are going to do 3 laps. The 35s are going to do 2 laps. The 15 will just do 1 lap. So it's going to be a lot of excitement. Downtown Carson City, between Proctor and 5th Street on Carson Street, is going to be closed down from 5 a.m. in the morning on the 16th until about 5 p.m. on the 18th. That has a lot of setup time, but we'll have Expo down there. We'll have beer garden. We'll have music all weekend long and bike riders. It's just going to be a whole lot of fun.
All right. Now, you mentioned kind of some changes to the course that are happening this year as a result of snow on the course. What kind of feedback are you getting about using a different course?
Everything's been relatively positive. Everybody really understands what's going on. I just actually saw Bill Champion on the trail right before I got here. I was riding my mountain bike, imagine that. And Bill Champion used to be the backcountry ranger up in the park system for the state parks. And I happened to see him, and he told me that you can only get a mile up from Spooner Lake before you hit snow. So people get it. People understand that we had to make something different. We had to figure it out. We did figure it out, and it's going to be really exciting.
All right. The weekend is really all about mountain biking. There's going to be a lot of fun activities taking place downtown, but it's really all about the bikes. There are going to be some internationally known mountain bikers coming here.
Yes. And I'm excited about it because actually we were doing some cross promotion in Monterey at the Sea Otter Classic, and I was putting flyers in the parking lot on cars and so forth, and I met a nice couple that are pros. And we're going to be hosting them. My wife and my family and I are going to be hosting them. They're going to stay with us for about 4 days and so forth. So we're going to have those pros in our house all throughout town. I met a pro on a bike ride a couple months ago. She just loved sitting in Calma Coffee and doing her thing, on the computer or whatever she had to do before she went out and trained for the rides and so forth. So they really like our town. So it's all about the rebranding, and we really want people to understand what Carson City does have to offer. So.
All right, but it's not just the pros.
No, not at all.
Anybody.
That's for sure.
Can come and ride. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna be riding in the 15. That's enough for me. But people who are locals to our town and just mountain bike enthusiasts are able to come and take on the course.
Yes. For sure, and I actually saw 2 of those guys on the trail today too. They're training for the 50, and great. One of them actually just moved here because he just fell in love with the town, and the other is a school teacher, so lots of time off. So they're all about mountain biking, and it's a cool vibe. So the 15s, the 35s, the 50s, whatever distance you're going to choose, it's really neat to see those people on the trails, see them out to dinner and so forth. It's really fun. So
now there was a big registration night at the Fox several months ago, and folks came down and a lot of local folks registered that night. There are not very many spots left. If you want to register, what do you need to do?
You need to get onto epicrides.com, get over there and register. There's less than 50 spots. We're taking 900 riders this year. Last year we took 600 riders and we did fill up. This year we're taking 900 riders and we're over 850 right now. The 15-mile ride is actually full. We have 100 people in that. And so you're going to have to choose the 35 or the 50. So.
All right. So a good challenge. Give us a little sneak peek. Where is the ride going to go?
Well, actually, it's not a sneak peek. It's been out there for quite a while, and it's also on the website via Trail Forks and so forth. The 15 on Friday starts at 2:30. That goes straight up King Street, so we can separate some people. Then it'll go up on the dirt road a little bit, and then we'll hit the Ash to King Trail, but it's actually going to be going King to Ash. And then it's going to come down the Creek Trail. We're going to send you up Ash Canyon Road a little bit. You're going to go off onto Deer Run and so forth, come down through Jackrabbit, come out at Foothill, right by the retention basin by the community college, and then from Foothill you'll make your way back downtown. So that's the 15.
And that's happening on Friday.
That's Friday at 2:30. Yes.
The weekend has actually a lot of different events, and there are races every day. So Friday afternoon is the 15-mile race, and then Friday night stuff is going on downtown.
Yes.
Is the crit coming back?
Yes, we have the crit course. So after we get all those people done for their 15-mile ride, we're going to get the crit going. We're going to have at 6 o'clock. It's the clunker crit. Everybody can come to that, and it's just kind of people having fun on fun bikes, rolling around the crit course downtown. It'll be all closed off, so nice and safe. So bring your kids and come down and have fun. Lots of crazy costumes and things like that. And then after that, we're going to have the women's pro crit, and everybody that registers for an Epic Rides event like this the pros have got to participate in the crit if they want to participate on Sunday morning. So they'll be down there racing, and we'll give away pole positions for the first place winners, the placement winners and so forth. And then also right after that, we'll have the men's crit. It's a really exciting. We'll have a motorcycle lead down there. And those guys really go fast.
They go
take
super
this
fast.
Really seriously.
And explain really quickly for people who might not know, what's a crit?
A crit, it's just pretty much an in-town criterium. They do this on road racing and so forth, and it was Epic Ride's idea to bring this to mountain biking, and they do this, and it's a good way to have people come down, interact with the pros and so forth, see their favorite pro rider and so forth, and see them several times. So the crit course is going to be a little bit shorter this year, so we will see them downtown more than we did last year. They were out on the course a little more, so if you're downtown, you'll see those laps go by faster.
Right, so mountain biking itself is not a super spectator-friendly sport. Mostly is happening up in the mountains. The crit gives spectators, a chance to actually see these guys go by a bunch of times, and they're going really fast.
Yes, they are, and you're right about all of that, and it's really exciting. So come down on Friday night and check that out, and see them race, and you can participate, ride on the same courses they're going to ride on, and it's a whole lot of fun. So.
All right, so that is on Friday night. Saturday starts with the regular folks go out and actually do the 50 and the 35.
Yes, at 7:15 the 50s go off, and they're going to do the same as the 15 did Friday night. So up King Street, and then they're going to go the King to Ash and down the Creek Trail and back downtown. That's then at 8:50. Let's see, at 8 o'clock, we're going to send off the 35. So the 50s are going to be finishing their first lap, just right before.
About the time.
And then we're going to send the 35s off. And then the 50s are going to go down Curry Street, and there's a hill right behind the Shell station that gets you onto a trail that's called Easy Trail. It's only named that because the gentleman that built the trail's initials are Easy, because it's far from easy.
Not an easy trail.
Not an easy trail. It's very technical and fun. I mean, it'll push your limits, and there'll be places where you'll have to get off and walk possibly, but do that so you don't get hurt. But so the 50s will do that, then they'll come back around downtown and they'll do it one more time. The 35s, however, will go up and do the 15 course. They'll come back downtown and they'll do the easy portion of the easy trail one time to bring them to the 35. So that'll all be happening on Saturday. That'll all be tied up about 2 o'clock. So.
All right. And then after that, the expo is still going on downtown, and lots of great activities, vendors. If you want to learn more about biking or the equipment or anything, come downtown and check it out.
That's exactly right. We're going to have representatives from Stans and Shimano and SRAM and Maxxis Tires, all kinds of people down there that know what they're doing. You can ask them all kinds of questions about your bike setup. They can help you with things and so forth. It's a really neat vibe. Have a beer, go to a restaurant, listen to the music. We'll have a headliner band that hasn't been released yet, but that'll go on about 6 o'clock on Saturday night, and then it'll be over about 8 o'clock. So that at 8 o'clock, we'll close everything down, and we really want the people to go out and go to the bars. You know,
right. Experience Carson City,
exactly.
Spend some money downtown, support our local businesses, and some of our local groups are going to be benefiting from this event coming to town as well.
Yes. So Boys and Girls Club is running the beer garden. So when we go to any town and do an event, we have a nonprofit run the beer garden. Epic Rides isn't in the business of selling beer, but we know it's a great, wonderful part of mountain biking, and especially post mountain biking. And they're going to be raising money through that. So come visit them, and you're given the profit made from that beer is going to Boys and Girls Club. We have a great deal with Four Peaks. It's a great brewery out of Arizona. I've tried a couple of the beers. They're really good. They're just introducing Four Peaks to the market. So Capital Beverage is excited about getting that beer, all those flavors out there, and have everybody trying them and so forth. So you will be seeing that in the bars and so forth downtown after this event too. We also have money going to Muscle Power through Hail the Trail and through registration. Through our registration, we're giving $10 back. So that $10 is going back to Muscle Power. Every time you sign, everybody that signs up, we give that money, $10 of that money away. Hail the Trail is a great event between the 3 off-road series, Grand Junction, Prescott, and also Carson. We're going to give 3 bikes away. It's a $4 raffle ticket. You can see that raffle ticket and purchase those raffle tickets on the Epic Rides website too. And we're going to raffle off some very nice bikes. I'd say after all said and done, those are $7,000-$8,000 bikes. So
they're pretty sweet bikes.
And our goal for that is about $30,000 that we want to raise. And with that, we're going to give those trail associations in Prescott, Grand Junction, and Carson City all $10,000. So that's another great thing about Epic Rides. We want to give back. We want people to say, hey, I can't wait till next year. I'm glad they came. I'm glad they picked us. And look at what we're getting for this. Look at the benefit we're getting for this. So.
Now, I do want to touch on that really quick because, you know, you want folks to be really happy. Last year after the event, there was a few people who felt inconvenienced by the trail closures. And this year, you guys are doing things a little bit differently ahead of time to inform Carson City residents about what's going to be going on. Tell us a little bit about that public meeting that's going to happen and where people can learn more about this.
Okay, two prongs to that. The first is the trail. We have trail markers up, so people out there need to be paying attention to the signs that we have up about what trails we're using and when those trails will be very populated with mountain bikers and so forth. Come out, ring a bell, cheer them on. And then also we're sending mailers out to people on the crit course. Epic Rides is sending mailers. The Carson City, in your water utility bills, you'll be getting information about that. And also information about a meeting that we're having at the Presbyterian Church. That's over there on King Street. And we're going to have that meeting at 7 o'clock on June 7th. The community is welcome to come down. We can answer any questions about those street closures, the times of closures, how long, the duration of closures and so forth. If they want to access their neighborhood, what streets to use and so forth. And we redid the crit course and then also the kids ride course on Sunday morning. We redid that so it wouldn't affect the churches. So we pushed it over to the north a little bit to keep it out of that footprint of the churches. So it'll be a lot easier to get to church on Sunday morning also. So.
All right. And we didn't talk too much about the kids ride, but that is a really fun part of the event. And so we want to definitely encourage families to bring their kids out for that ride on Sunday morning.
Yeah, the kids ride this is unique to Carson City. The other towns have the kids go on the dirt a little bit because they have access to the dirt from downtown. When I took a look at it, by the time we got the kids to any dirt from our start finish, we would have turned them around. So I just said, hey, let's put them on the crit course. And it turned out great last year. We have a couple of the businesses on the crit course. You know, we're going to have a dentist downtown giving donuts away and so forth, dads for donuts, because it will be on Father's Day and so forth. We'll give balloons away. The kids will just go out there and they'll ride around that crit course for a half an hour, and then we'll move them off because the pros are going to come back through town doing those 3 laps. So it'll be a tight window. As soon as 10 minutes after the women's race leaves on Sunday morning, that kids ride will start up. So, and you can register for that ride throughout the weekend.
Okay, so the kids ride is taking place on Father's Day. This is a great maybe father-child activity to do that morning. How do people register to take part in the kids race?
They can come down to the event. The registration tent downtown will have a blue and white Epic Rides tent. They just drop by there. It's $10 to register, and they can color on. We have a little table for them to color on their plate that they're going to put on their bike and so forth. We give out balloons to all of the kids. It's a really fun time. I was apprehensive last year about how it would turn out with those kids going on the crit course. Hey, it's a mountain bike event. Would they have fun? They didn't care.
The kids had a great. I actually rode the kids race last year as a course marshal.
Oh, cool.
And the kids had a really fun time. They really enjoyed themselves, and they were out there going all speeds. There were some kids who were really hammering really hard.
They were.
And then there were some adorable little ones who were out there on like their strider bikes and stuff.
Yep, little kick bikes.
So definitely, if your kid likes to bike, bring them out and take part in the event.
Yep. It's going to be a lot of fun. So.
All right. Anything else that our viewers should know about Epic Rides?
Come down and check it out. That's what we want. That's what we're building, is to bring people downtown, check out the music, check out what's going on downtown. I believe I've been in Carson City for a long time. This is a great event for Carson City, and people love seeing these types of things. And I know that it'll continue. Carson City itself will just build from this. And it's a great thing for Carson City. So.
All right. Kurt Meyer, the event manager for the Carson City Off-Road. Thanks for joining us today.
You're very welcome.
All right. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by the Diaz Brothers graphic design business. Contact them at the number shown on your screen if you have promotional printing needs. Also, if your business would like to sponsor a future edition of It's Your City, please contact Darla at the address shown on your screen. I'm your host, Cortney Bloomer. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.